our trigger point rolling for the plantar fascia. We like to point out, and we'll put an overview that you'll see with this, of what the plantar fascia is. It comes from the heel and goes to the forefoot. So coming right off of this, oftentimes, more times than not, your pinpoint heel pain is because it's pulling on that tissue and you get that pinpoint heel pain. That's not always the greatest place to roll. So just be careful of if that gets too sensitive. We're actually not trying to roll the area that hurts. We're rolling the plantar fascia that runs from the center and see those strings that go up, as well as the medial fascia and the lateral fascia. So underneath all that foot, except for maybe that one little pinpoint knife-like area that you've got, that may not be beneficial to actually roll. So we're going to do two different techniques that we really like here. One is utilizing the peanut. And if we utilize the peanut, again, you'll notice with the peanut more times than not, we use it as a handle on one side and treatment on the other. I'm going to roll from my heel just shy of that like real bad pinpoint area. You'll notice if you're able to kind of get there and it feels a little bit better afterwards and not worse, it's okay to roll that area. But a lot of what you're going to get is that aponeurosis in the center and the fascia on the medial side and the lateral side. So I'm going to start just in front of that heel, and I do this seated, so I've got a little bit more control over my pressure, and I'm going to roll from the front of the foot to the back of the foot, along the midline, and then along the inside portion of it. And I'm not only going to feel what's a little tender, but what's got more resistance on it. And then I'm going to go around the outside. Again, if I go to the outside, I'm going to use the other side of the peanut, otherwise the foot sort of gets in the way. And I'm scanning through. Once I find those tender areas, I'm just going to kind of put more body weight pressure on it and just sort of rock on it, just sort of hold it. If I find there's a good tight tender area for me, I'm going to hold it till it goes down. Maybe even wiggle my toes a little bit. You'll notice that the kind of helps with the pressure release. Go to the next one, wiggle my toes a little bit. Go to the next one, maybe wiggle my toes a little bit. See how slow, methodical I'm doing? I'm just going up one treatment zone at a time. Once I've gone through one pass along the inside, the outside, and the middle part, I'm essentially done. Again, remember not to overdo this. You want to make sure that you feel better, less tenderness, and you feel less tight. Another technique we really like to use is to use the J-cane. Again, we use that hook to come up underneath the foot to feel that plantar fascia, and a lot of times I actually use this side of the hook. You can see I was struggling there a little bit, to find that treatment zone and then really put some pressure into there, right? That therapeutic pressure. Find that sort of tender spot. There's a good spot. And then I'm just going to kind of bring my foot up and down, including my toes, and do some release through there. Now you got a lot of power through here, so just remember not to give it all your force. You're not trying to work it all out in one session with either the J-cane or the peanut. You're trying to provide enough pressure and tension to release and feel a little bit better, not try to break it all up in one setting. So those are our peanut and our J-cane for our plantar fascia release.